and welcome to Wing Tips. Today we're moving forward on our WingtraCLOUD video series. If you have not had the chance to see the first two videos, be sure to go back and check them out. But for today's video, we're going to be looking at an actual customer use case where a 3,000-acre site needed mapped for pre-construction planning purposes. Should this area have been planned as one single mission with adjoining flight areas, you can notice how this project lacks some key insights, which without the proper consideration could negatively impact project overhead. So what's missing exactly? Here are a few examples: the unique takeoff points, the number of required battery swaps, how flight areas and days align together, in particular to safety and regulatory compliance, how to best maintain visual line of sight. Now that we know what an unoptimized plan could look like, let's move forward and learn how the same multi-day project site could be planned more effectively in WingtraCLOUD. We have planned this site over 3 days of flying. Due to the terrain and in order to maintain a visual line of sight, we have designated 2 different takeoff locations for the first day and the second day. Let's take a look at the flights of the site view to see how everything is connected. Now you can see how the overall project site is divided into smaller pieces, which provide us with better context from a project management perspective. Also, it is easy to identify that there is sufficient overlap, which is a crucial component of any adjoining large area aerial data collection project, where all of the images will ultimately be stitched together into a single deliverable. Currently, all of these flights are in plan status. However, as the project progresses, you'll be able to check the status of each individual flight, including whether geotagging or map processing has taken place. This helps further ensure that the project stays on track. Now, let's examine the third day of the project. For planning purposes, we refer to this as a flight. However, as you can see, this flight is actually divided into several flight areas. All of these flight areas are covered from a single takeoff and landing point. Using our visual line of sight tool, we can quickly determine whether or not our remote pilot in command will be able to maintain a visual line of sight with the aircraft. Another useful tool is the ability to colorize by ground sampling distance, which helps ensure that we maintain our desired accuracy. This avoids the possibility of needing to refly certain project portions due to poor data collection, because we know what our results should be in advance. We can also start to understand other logistical factors. For instance, WingtraCLOUD will show the total minutes of flight time and the number of batteries used. In our example, this flight would take 220 minutes and need a total of 7 pairs of Wingtra batteries. Of course, from a logistics standpoint, you would also want to consider the time traveling to and from the site, and the time that it takes to set up and break down for the day, which may include other factors like your base station or other equipment. Lastly, I'd like to highlight the ability to create and analyze maps as well as collaborate with key stakeholders. This creates a comprehensive end-to-end solution. Your aerial data workflow becomes optimized with everything under the Wingtra umbrella, which helps you save time and reduces your overhead. So I hope that you have found today's video useful, and we'll see you next time for more Wing Tips.